Who the hell is Robert Menzies?
You know, this election, I've heard a lot of words I've never heard before. I'm a political novice. So I've come here to Monash University to speak to someone who really knows his politics, Dr. Zareh Ghazarian. A few weeks ago, I heard this term for the first time, dead cat. Peter Dutton has thrown a dead cat on the table. What is a dead cat?
A dead cat is an unfortunate name given to a political tactic where a political actor, a politician, throws out something that's a bit different, that's something that is going to basically short-circuit the entire day's debate and refocus the action on something else.
Now, so that's Peter Dutton. Have we seen that from the left side of things?
We've seen Labor toy with the idea, for example, that the coalition government will destroy Medicare. Now, that's a bit of a far-fetched statement to make, but it is something that takes attention, it gets people's imagination and listening to what the Labor Party is saying.
If I then take away the dead cat and I replace it with a dead rat, that dead rat looks a whole lot more appetising.
Absolutely. Any dead animal would be probably more likeable than a dead cat when you talk about dead animals.
Could I replace a dead cat with a live rat?
A live rat then would throw people off the scent of the dead cat. And then you'd go into the realm of fairy tales, if you like. So you can then start to talk about, for example, Labor's 10-year economic plans. That's replacing the dead cat with a live rat because it will be moving.
What's better, a dead cat, a live rat, or a pink bat?
Well, pink bat has its problems, significant problems, of course, especially if you're Kevin Rudd and the government administering the pink bat rollout. So a live rat is always better because it's something that keeps on moving and can ferret away in some other place and really does get a lot of people looking at it rather than a dead cat or the pink bat.
So when we hear slogans like trust or jobs and growth, are our politicians beating a dead horse?
So this is all market research coming to the fore. All about the going for growth and jobs, innovation, Labor's, of course, plans about 100 positive policies. So it's a very effective way of reiterating the main points that parties want at the risk of beating a dead horse.
Well, I mean, we've got a dead horse, we've got a dead cat, we've got a dead rat. Who is killing all these animals, Dr. Zareh?
Well, politics is a brutal business, as we know. The more they engage in market research, the more it is the case that we will see these sorts of issues dominating elections in the future.
Now I want to talk about the elephant in the room. And is the elephant in the room alive or is the elephant in the room dead?
Oh, if we think that the Republican Party is the elephant in the room, then it's well and truly alive. Of course, Donald Trump is making new ground in the US campaign, and some of those tactics may actually wash up in the Australian campaign as well. In
an election campaign, how much is what we see of these parties planned out in advance? How much of it is strategic?
Well, the campaign itself is very, very well organised, very well run, and ultimately every day is like a well-rehearsed dance.
So if I were to sneak into each of the parties' HQs, written on the calendar, it would be strictly regimented, there'd be no day where you'd say riff.
Absolutely not, no. It's a very, very big process, it's a huge job. And the parties that do effective jobs in planning their 33 days, or in this case 55-day campaigns, stands the best chance of winning.
Is there anything that we as voters can do to get behind the spin?
But for the average voter, it's really hard to go behind the scenes. There's no substitute for being engaged with a political process, with a political debate for the 3 years prior to an election campaign, because that gives us a good way of measuring how parties, politicians, leaders have performed over 36 months rather than just the final one.
Dr. Zareh, thank you so much for speaking with us tonight.
Pleasure to be with you.